If you're a runner who's recently had a hamstring injury and you're looking for a safe, effective, and quick program to follow to get back to health and back to running, then in this video I'm going to show you 4 exercises you can do with progressions of each one to get you back running fast and fully heal your hamstring. In this first exercise that I'm going to show you, we're going to do a bridge variation. So this is a bridge that utilizes your glutes and your hamstrings, so your butt and your hamstrings. We're going to do a variation of this to really target your hamstring and make sure that that's the muscle that's active during this drill. There's a common drill, but let's make sure we get it right. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to actually lift up your feet. So if you push with your toes during a bridge, it'll be more focused on calf and quad, the muscle in the front of your leg. Whereas if you lift your toes up, it's going to be more focused on your butt and your hamstring. So that's step 1. Step 2, you're going to keep your abdominal muscles engaged. You're not going to curl, so you're not going to do a pelvic tilt. You're just going to engage your muscles like if someone was going to punch you in the stomach. That ensures that your torso stays in the right position. So, step 1, dig the heels in. 2, tighten your torso. Step 3, you're going to drive your hips up to the ceiling. Drive up. And then you're going to hold this position and really focus on digging your heels into the ground. Now you're going to hold this position and mentally you want to focus on tightening your hamstring, really squeeze it. This is called an isometric contraction, and it works really well to redevelop your muscle as well as heal the tendon if you happen to injure that during your injury. You want to hold this for about 30 seconds to a minute, and then come down, and you want to repeat this exercise 3 to 4 times. Now, if this exercise is easy and you're used to doing bridges and you don't feel much in your hamstring, it's not a challenge, here's the progression. What you're going to do, same thing. You're going to start toes up, tighten your core, lift your buttocks towards the ceiling, and then what you're going to do is you're going to lift one leg up to 90 degrees. You can hold on to the ground for support, or you can hold your arms up to get a better core workout. But the key is keep digging your heels into the ground and hold in this position. To create some dynamic movement, you can move your leg, but the key progression is to use just the injured leg and focus on digging your heel into the ground. Again, hold 30 seconds to a minute and work on doing 3 to 4 repetitions. And that is your first exercise for the first 3 days to a week of a hamstring injury. Once you've completed the first drill and your hamstring is feeling better, you want to progress that exercise to a drill where it uses both your distal, your lower hamstring, and your upper hamstring. A very common site of injury is a proximal or upper hamstring injury. And if that's where you feel your pain, this is going to be the exercise for you. So you're going to need a ball. It works really well because it has some give to it. You can also use a box as a next best option. But I do like the Physio ball because it gives you some pushback when you're doing this drill. So you want to roll your legs up to 90 degrees. And then what you're going to do, very simply, you're going to take your heels and you're going to dig them into the ball. And you're going to use both legs and you're going to hold. Now, you're going to feel this really in the lower part of your hamstring. From there, you're just going to lift your butt a little bit off the ground. Now you're using your entire hamstring and you're really going to feel this in that muscle and you're going to hold. Again, you're going to hold 30 seconds to a minute. And then you're going to come down. Same things, dig your heels in, keep your torso tight. That's the first progression. Again, if that seems easy and you want the next progression, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to do it with one leg only. So what you'll do, same position, tighten the torso, dig your heels into the ball, really try to compress the ball, lift your hips up, and then lift one leg. Now, this requires a lot of balance, so keep your hands on the ground and make sure your hips stay slightly off the ground and hold. You're really going to feel this in the muscle. It's a hard exercise. You might want to hold 15 seconds to start, maybe 30. You want to do 4 to 5 repetitions. Do it on both sides to balance it out. But the key is dig your heel in and slightly lift the other leg off the ball as a progression of the heel dig exercise. So the next drill you're going to do also uses the ball, and this is our first dynamic exercise, meaning an exercise where the hamstring contracts and then lengthens. So what you're going to do here is you're going to start with your legs out straight, heels on the ball, basically around your Achilles or your calf is a good place to start the ball at. Tighten up your torso. You're going to lift your buttocks up off the ground, and then you're going to dig your heels into the ball and draw it into your hips. You're going to hold for a count of 2, and then you're going to bring it slowly back out. This is the most important part of the exercise. Most hamstring injuries happen when they're lengthening or when they're getting longer, such as reaching your foot out in front of you when you run or sprint or climb or run upstairs. So once you draw in, hold 2 seconds, keep pressure on your heels and slowly release the ball. This will train your hamstring to be active through its entire range of motion. It's going to create a solid healing for the entire muscle and also help with injury prevention in the future. So slowly let the ball out as you go through the drill. All right, so if you're looking for a real challenge, the progression of this exercise is to draw the ball in with 2 legs, lift the non-injured leg, and then slowly on one leg, let the ball back out. You're going to want to have your hands on the ground for support because this requires a lot of core stability. So this is how the drill will look. Tighten the core. Lift your butt up off the ground. Draw the ball in, hold 2 seconds, lift one leg, and slowly let the ball come back out. Draw in with 2, 1, 2, lift a leg, keep the heel dug into the ball, and slowly let it out to full extension. You can probably only do 4 to 6 repetitions for 3 to 4 sets, but that's enough to tax the muscle and rebuild it so it's strong for your future runs. The final hamstring rehab drill we're going to do is a double and single leg deadlift. The double is the place to start, the single is the progression. You're going to need a dumbbell or a kettlebell here. I have a 35-pound kettlebell. You want a decent amount of weight for the double leg. Your hamstring's quite strong, so you want enough weight to make sure you're getting a good workout. What you're going to do, you're going to bring your feet so they're even, slightly within your shoulder width, so not outside, but slightly in your shoulders. Kettlebell is going to stay right in front of your body. And what you're going to do, you're going to bend your knees just a tad, just a little bit. You're going to hip hinge, so you're going to stick your hips out behind you, and then you're going to bring this weight in a straight line down to around your ankles or the ground. You'll feel a stretch in your hamstrings here. Keep your shoulder blades pinched together, and then squeeze your glutes and drive forward. From the side view, it'll look like this. So, feet slightly within shoulders. You're going to start, slight bend in the knee, hip hinge behind you, chest comes forward, back stays flat as you come down. Once you feel a pull in your hamstrings, drive up. Again, hip hinge, slight bend in the knee, feel a stretch in your hamstrings, drive your glutes forward. Sets of 8 or 10 are great for strengthening with this drill. If that feels too easy, you can add weight, or you can move to a single leg, which is very good for runners because you're always on one leg at a time. So single leg drills work great. Here's how it's going to look. Ideally, you're going to come into a split squat, so a slight lunge position. One foot is slightly in front of the other. And then you're going to go through the exact same exercise. Slight bend in the knee, hip hinge, all the weight is on your front leg, only a slight bit in the back, and drive up. Come down, feel a stretch in the hamstrings, squeeze your glute, and drive up. 6 to 8 repetitions are good for this drill. Balance it out by doing both legs. These 4 exercises are simple, easy to do at home, easy to follow, and you have progressions that you can use so that you can get back and get your hamstring healed fast. If you've had a hamstring injury, drop a comment below. Let me know the exercises you like and you use to get better so that other people can benefit from what you know. Again, guys, thanks so much for watching. I hope these help. I hope these are going to get you back running fast and fully heal your hamstring. Guys, hit like, subscribe, and until next time, train smarter and perform better.